Instinct and devotion. The subject of today's discourse is instinct and devotion. What is instinct? When the psychic flow emanates from the feeling of unit corporality and moves along the maze of human corporal relationship, and again comes back to its starting point, then that certain psychic flow is known as an instinct. In each and every living being, including plants, there are instincts, and whenever there is any mind of any form, developed form or undeveloped form, or even mind in a dormant condition, there is instinct, but the standard of this instinct varies amongst human beings and animals and plants, and it even varies amongst plants, it varies amongst animals, and it varies amongst human beings. Some people tend to equate instinct with samskara, but it is not one with samskara. Samskara means reaction in potential form. That is, an action is done, but the reaction is still to come. This stage, this phase of action is known as samskara. So instinct and samskara, or vritti, propensity, and samskara are not the same thing. In certain living beings, in certain creatures, I said the mind is almost in dormant stage and there is no flow, no emanation, no expression beyond the scope of corporality. But in the case of certain plants, animals, and certain human beings, it moves beyond the periphery of corporality. This instinct, in certain cases, is something inborn, just like an inborn faculty. But in other cases, it may be increased through culture, through association, through study, through education, and also through spiritual practices or sadhana. Study, as I have said a number of times, is a very important thing, and it should always be encouraged. In certain undeveloped creatures, instinct means only inborn instincts, and in such creatures, the psychic waves cannot move beyond the arena of corporality. Most of these undeveloped creatures are not mammals. You see certain expressions among certain groups of snakes and fishes, not in birds, but in fishes and snakes. They even eat up their own eggs, that is, they have not got any love and affection for their progeny. But there are fishes who carry something like a sack inside their bodies, and they carry their children in those sacks. There are some snakes who also take their children with them. Not only have they inborn instinct, but they have something more. That is, they have love and affection for their children. This is true of some species of snakes, but love and affection for their children is more prominent in mammals. Mammals are more developed than non-mammals because, in the case of mammals, mothers feed the children with their breast milk, and certainly they have got affection for their children. That is why they do so, but human beings are developed creatures. Instinct is of two kinds, ordinary instinct and inborn instinct. Even in developed creatures there are inborn instincts and other instincts, and in undeveloped creatures there are inborn instincts, but in some cases there are other instincts acquired through study, association, culture, and spiritual sadhana. We should remember that spiritual sadhana is a must for all living beings. Now, in the case of developed creatures, what happens? The mind moves along the sense of corporality, but sometimes it crosses the periphery of corporal senses, and this shows that it is above ordinary beings and has crossed the arena of corporality. In the Vedas it has been said, Yashi Devanmanashi Pragyana Stadya Shinatmani Gyanatmani Mahati Niyat Chitada Dyashi Chantatmani. One should merge one's object of ideation into the sense organs, the sense organs into the doer eye, and the doer eye into the existential eye into unit consciousness, and finally unit consciousness into supreme consciousness.